Hello kids, how are we doing today? I hope we are doing good. Alright, well, welcome to our class once again. And today we're looking at a new topic, which is measurement. Measurement is what we're going to be looking at. And today we will concentrate on the measurement of length and the measurement of what? Of weight. Okay, first we said we're looking at measuring length. Measuring length. And before we know how to measure the length of an object, we should know what length is. So what is length? Length describes how long an object is. It tells us how long an object is. Okay, we have two methods of measuring length. These methods include the olden days methods and the modern standard methods. In the olden days, people use handspan, strides, arm length, and foot length to measure the length of an object. For example, they're using the handspan. You opened your hand this way and place it on that object to measure the length of the object. And then you're using the length of your arm. The length of your arm, you can also use it to measure the length of an object. Then you have the foot. You can place your foot on an object and measure the length of each foot. You place your foot at one end and another foot should follow immediately after the next foot to measure the length of an object. In the olden days method, in the modern standard method, people use different things. They produce different things to measure the length of an object because they realize that using that old method can be tiring. So they made their work easier by making things like ruler, measuring tape, meter scale, screw gauge, and other types. Now, these standard methods of measurement usually have numbers written on any type that they are using. Like this ruler I'm having here has it has numbers written on it. When you place it on an object, you measure it, it should tell you the length of that particular object. Also, like a measuring tape, it's also used to tell the length of an object. We can use it to tell our length, how tall we are. You can see that this tape has numbers, lots of numbers written on it, and these numbers tell us how long an object is. Okay, now the next measurement I want us to look at is measuring weight. Measuring the weight of an object. And before we know how to measure the weight of an object, let's quickly know what weight is. So what is weight? Weight is simply the force of gravity on an object. Weight is the force of gravity on an object. It tells us how heavy or light an object is. And gravity is the force that pulls down things to the ground. When things are heavy, they have more gravity. When things are light, they have less gravity. So when you throw something up that is heavy, like a stone, it falls down easily to the ground. Because a stone is heavy, it has more gravity and it falls down to the ground quickly. Now you have a light thing like paper. Paper is light. As a result of that, it has less gravity and it doesn't fall to the ground as quickly as the stone does. And when we are looking at the weight of an object, we are also talking about the mass of that object. And what is mass? Mass is simply the amount of matter in an object. It tells us how much matter is in an object. And remember, we know that matter is anything that has weight and can occupy space. So heavy things have more mass in them. Alright? And then we have instruments that are used in measuring the weight of an object. We have a chemical balance. We use a chemical balance to measure the weight of chemicals when we want to carry out an experiment. Then we have a bathroom scale. We can use a bathroom scale in our houses to measure our weight. Want to know how much we are weighing? Alright, we use a bathroom scale. Usually, like I told you, that all these instruments, all these measuring instruments have numbers. So when you stand on a scale, it reads, and the long hand points at a particular number, and that number it points at is your weight. We also have a spring balance to measure the weight of heavy objects. Heavy objects like gas cylinder can be measured using a spring balance. There are still other instruments used in measuring weight. Okay? Alright. Now that brings us to the end of our topic today. I would like you to study and make sure you stay safe. Thank you.